Much, Madam Chairwoman, and thank you for convening this hearing, and very much enjoy collaborating with our colleagues today. In 2022, Federal Bureau of Investigation's Internet Crime Complaint Center received 800,944 phishing, personal data breach, or other complaints representing estimated losses of more than $10.2 billion, an increase of more than $3.3 billion from just the previous year. As we stated during our last subcommittee hearing, data breaches, including government data breaches, are no longer unusual incidents. In 2015, an OPM data breach, for example, exposed the private information of nearly 22 million American individuals, including my own personal information. In 2019, the Russian Foreign Intelligence Service compromised SolarWinds software, which is widely used across the federal government. And in 2021, Microsoft reported that China's Ministry of State Security exploited vulnerabilities in their Exchange servers. Today, we're here to talk about the recent DC HealthLink data breach, which affected 56,415 individuals, including 17 members of Congress, 43 of their family members, and 585 House staff members, and 231 of their family members. Despite DC HealthLink's robust cybersecurity practices, including the use of leading commercial cybersecurity solutions, next-generation firewall protections, and increased stress testing efforts, the organization remained vulnerable to attack. According to the investigative findings to date, an undetected human error caused this breach. It was not underlying IT technical issues, legacy IT systems, or even understaffing. A human error left the database vulnerable to unauthorized access. A breach demonstrates that even organizations with sophisticated cybersecurity practices must remain vigilant to potential risks, because one small oversight is the only window an opportunistic hacker needs to break in. The breach also demonstrates that bad actors may not only hide in the dark web, they may also, as in recent high-profile cases, use stolen data that landed easily on accessible public websites where the bad actor published the information to gain notoriety. Our cybersecurity posture must adapt to this new ecosystem. Fortunately, law enforcement has been working aggressively to dismantle key players in the cyber crime ecosystem, including those associated with this very breach we're considering today. On March 15th, the FBI took down the website Breach Forums, the online hub of illicit activity used to expose the DC HealthLink data, and arrested its alleged founder. While I acknowledge the DC Health Benefit Exchange Authority's commitment to protecting the data of customers from another breach, the fact of the matter is that the information of more than 56,000 people has been compromised, putting their physical safety and financial security at some risk. These individuals join hundreds of millions of Americans who have had their data stolen in the past year alone, and data breaches are only going to grow in scope. We need to move swiftly to implement the national cyber strategy examined in this subcommittee just last month, which will drive important changes to better protect Americans' sensitive data. Throughout my career in the private sector and local and federal governments, I have championed a trifecta cybersecurity strategy that encompasses modernizing IT systems, building a skilled federal cybersecurity workforce, and most importantly, perhaps, fostering a security-centric culture at all levels of government. One of the primary ways Congress can enforce the trifecta is through consistent and sustained oversight of agency compliance with the Federal Information Technology Acquisition Reform Act, which grew out of this committee, FITARA. Through the scorecard we have and the hearings we have on that scorecard, and I very much appreciate Chairwoman Mace recommitting this subcommittee, holding those updated hearings, we have promoted effective IT modernization by empowering agency CIOs and ensuring they have a seat and a voice in decision-making. We're proud of the scorecard that has secured big victories for the IT community by elevating CIOs within their agencies to ensure they are key players in fundamental conversations. In today's hearing, we need to hear a strategy from DC Health Benefit Exchange Authority to improve oversight and internal governance proceedings. They must continue to act urgently to address remaining cybersecurity concerns, provide resources to breach victims, and instill the safeguards needed to prevent future breaches. I agree with Chairwoman Mace. We want to hear answers today, not excuses, so that we can try to make sure that this sort of thing does not happen again and that we protect the privacy of those who've had their data breached. With that, I yield back. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you. I now recognize Chairman Barry Loudermilk for the purpose of making an opening statement.
Well, thank you, Chair Mace, for partnering with our subcommittee to hold this joint hearing and for hosting us